MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop if you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag. Hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, simspeedshop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also, iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.
Welcome, race fans. You got Salt Flat Racing, the Street Stock Shootout Series here tonight over on MaxSpeedTV. I'm your host, Roger Muth. I got a co-anchor tonight. He doesn't like when I call him special anymore. So, Bobby Johnson, you got a copy?
Got a copy, Roger. Looking forward to this race tonight. Should be a good one.
That's right. We got these boys over here. They run Street Stocks. They're Salt Flat Racing. They're out at Darlington tonight. It's going to be a great one. 75 laps here at Darlington. Street Stocks. Got about 21 drivers so far have taken time, 22 in the lobby. This is going to be interesting, Bobby. We've seen the Xfinity cars here. We've seen trucks here, Cup cars, K&N cars, but not Street Stocks.
Oh, yeah. Street Stocks are coming to town. It's like another Saturday night racing event here. Man, these cats are awesome on this track, Roger. They can get up to about 140 mile an hour on this thing. And you know as well as I do, the best place to run around this track is where?
That upper groove. The upper groove is going to be the place to run. We've seen it in practice, but a little something different with these guys is they make their own setups here for the Street Stocks. So I've been seeing a couple guys, Bobby. I'm not sure how it's going to play out. But I've seen them ducking on about the white line running around the corner. So they're running that lower groove and they're running the upper groove.
Well, these are wider tires that's on these Street Stocks compared to your trucks and your Xfinity and your Monster Energy cars. So actually, you know, this is going to be definitely a two-groove track, if you would say. Wider tire means more grip, means you can pretty much put it about anywhere you want. The problem is you got a lot of these cats looking for the same real estate. And you do that, cautions happen.
That's right. Patience is going to be a virtue here tonight because we all know you can run side by side, but coming out of the corner is going to be the problem. You always want to set a guy up going down the straightaway, not coming directly out of the corner with these guys. So you might see a couple guys rubbing fenders coming out of a corner because they just got impatient.
Absolutely. Patience is a virtue in any track, but especially here. It's very, very narrow. You can't get, you can't go too wide out here. but it is a very narrow track, and you really got to be careful. And they can also bump draft going down the straightaways to help things out to pick up even more speed. And when you bump draft, well, let's just say sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad.
That is true. Before we go any farther, we got the analyst for tonight, the weather, all of it wrapped up in one here. We're at Darlington, South Carolina. It's going to be an air temp of 75 degrees. Track temp is up there right around the 85. So it's a little bit slick, but probably for South Carolina, as you see it go up to 86, it's actually not that bad. We're going to run 75 laps around here. That's going to be 98 miles. Your tire window, because we know this is an old surface here, probably looking at 7 to 12 laps. Anything after that, you're screaming for tires. Probably before that, let's be honest, screaming for tires. Fuel window, this is what I calculated. It could be a little bit wrong because I know they start on only 5 gallons of fuel, but I think they can go up to about 7 or 8 gallons of fuel once they hit pit road for the first time. So 20 to 30 laps on that. Pit road speed tonight, 45 miles an hour, 55 pace speed.
Well, you know what? This is really going to be neat, Roger. I can't lie to you. I mean, like I said, we've already got 21, 22 entries in there. It is a new league, and it's really getting popular. The word is out, and this thing's filling up quick. And I think it's great for these guys. You don't see street stocks running these super speedways and these mile and a half tracks. So this is a whole new event. It's new for me and you. And to be honest with you, it's really exciting to watch. It's cool.
That's right. We've been with these guys from the start. You know, we started off with them. They probably had about 10 cars the first time we brought them to, over here to MaxSpeedTV. So far tonight, 21 have taken time, 23 entered. So slowly growing. Still plenty of pit stalls available. Anybody out there looking to join a league, these guys are recruiting. You're more than welcome to go find them. They are Salt Flat Racing over on, you can find them on Facebook, and you can find them on the iRacing League page.
And you better get there quick because I'm telling you, this is really filling up. It seems like every week we get more and more drivers. Pretty soon, this is going to really take off.
It is. But while we're sitting here still running around, let's go through the points for you quick. Point standings after a couple races, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. This is week 4 here at Darlington. After 4 weeks, after 3 weeks of running, this is what it looks like. Colton Farrow. He is your points leader after winning last week at Pocono. That's right, we were at Pocono. We do run these bigger tracks. Dan LaFoe, who dominated Phoenix, second place there. He's 1 point behind Colton. Andrew Davis, he was the winner at Charlotte. He's 12 points back. Mike, see, Bobby, here we go again. I'm on this guy's name, and I'm stumbling through him. Michael Grobelny here. He's going to be in the 4th position. Craig Schwartz, we saw him dominate out at Pocono until a late race caution. He decided to pit. Trapped him way back in the field. Chris Brown, we know Chris Brown. He'll drive anything as long as you put 1 tire on it.
All he needs is 1 tire, I think.
But he's sitting there in 6th in points. Danny Vanezuela is 7th. Jay Steffi, he's sitting there in 8th. Brandon Miller, 9th in points. Michael Klein's going to round out the top 10 in points. Cole Day, Jeff Pogo, Nicholas Dayer, Fadi Shamez, Kerry Chim, Chase Stanton, Tyson Hawkins, Rupert Thompson, Hunter Conley, and actually, Bobby, good news for you. Hunter Conley is entered in this tonight. I'm guessing his fingers are feeling a lot better.
Hey, that's good to hear.
But yes, rounding out your top 20, Jeff Bergner. He's sitting there in the 20th position.
Like I said, it's going to be filling up quick, Roger. I don't know about you, but I can tell you one thing. I'm going to try to keep my nose clean. I believe these cats get 1 fast repair. Is that right?
I believe it is 2 fast repairs, actually. I believe these guys are very generous. They want to keep these guys out there racing.
Well, that's what's great about this right here because it doesn't matter what class you are. I've said this before, Roger, and I'll say it again. A all the way down to rookie. Anybody can hop into this league right here. And that's the fun part because everybody is really kind of equal. I mean, you got experience out here and you got the rookies out here. But, you know, these things do run like a herd of turtles, if you will, like I've always said. And they're a little bit easier to handle. I mean, you have more time to make decisions, not the split-second stuff that you'd have in the faster vehicles here on iRacing.
That's right, and you mentioned it. These guys do. I see a rookie out there, and I also see a world champion out there on my screen. So you got everything in between, rookie to world champion out here running with these guys. The world champion guys that are out here running, they are more than willing to help out the rookies figure out how to drive, how to race. So anybody out there, like we said before, just come on out. So Bobby, what's your prediction here for tonight?
Man, I don't want to make a prediction. I really don't. You got a lot of fast cats up in there doing real well. And you got some of the guys that, it's been running good here in the past races and about halfway through the pack here on their practice sessions. What I am going to see as far as racing goes, we're going to see some pretty quick times. We're going to see a little bit of drafting down the front stretches. We're going to see them try to go 2 wide. And I'm sure probably once in a while you may see a little 3 wide action here. But one thing I do know you're going to see is you're going to see these cats kissing that wall.
You're going to run that upper groove here tonight, but you don't want to jump over it. It's living life on the edge.
Absolutely. What happens, Roger, when you're, fast is loose? Absolutely it is. But when you're up that close to the wall and you're wearing your tires down a little bit, that wall comes mighty quick. I don't care if you're in a street stock or if you're in a Monster Cup Energy. It's still fast.
That's true. As you see over here on our left, we have our practice times up. We also got a couple events coming up tonight here over on MaxSpeedTV. We got Racing for a Cause. They got the late models, the fun guys. They're out there tonight. The iRacers Lounge, they're kind of new over here. I think this is a one-off race, if I saw the bulletin right. Tomorrow night, we got the USRA, the United Sim Racing Association. They got their Xfinity guys tomorrow night. That'd be a good one, Bobby.
Oh, yeah, it'd be a real good one to watch.
Tomorrow night's USR event, that is broadcasted by Rudy Cummins over here on MaxSpeedTV. As you and I won't be in the booth tomorrow night, we'll be out on the track.
That's correct. We're going to be out on the track, and just like these street stocks, you got to keep your head on straight. You got to manage your tires. I don't necessarily think a fuel is going to be any kind of an issue here at all. What I do think we're going to have to be careful and we're going to have to watch is who can manage their tires the best. You can get out here and take off right away, Roger, and you're going to tear your tires up, you're going to wear them down, and you're not going to be able to drive at all. And then some of these cats are pretty smart. They know how to manage their tires, be a little bit easy on them. And, of course, they can go a lot faster.
That's true. Longevity of the tires is going to be probably the point of emphasis here for this evening. But, hey, we're about a minute and 15 seconds, as we see on the clock right there, away from qualifying. So we're going to step away. We're going to get the national anthem out here to you guys, and then we'll come back right here. You won't miss a beat.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we're back, race fans. Qualifying has just begun, so you haven't missed anything. Don't worry, we're just gathering times yet in here. As we're following the 0-2 of Craig Schwartz right now as he's taking his qualifying attempt. These guys get 2 laps, 5 minutes to turn in a lap. But I see pretty much everybody's out there on track. I think there's only about 2 guys who are still on pit road. We'll put the qualifying times up on the screen as soon as we get them in here.
They are running right up on that wall, Roger, and that's pretty much what they're going to be doing this entire race.
Oops, sorry about that. It's pretty much what we got to do here to get speed out of these cars is run right up against the wall. As we're on board, or we're following Nicholas Dayer right here in the 3 machine. Yeah, currently sitting 9th on the chart after his first lap. So, Bobby, who's your prediction for tonight? Who's your pick?
Well, you know, Craig Schwartz is running really well. He's been running good. But you know what? Don't you ever forget about Chris Brown. And no matter where he's at, he's always one to reckon with. Colton Farrell, he's another good one. I'll tell you what, I'm not even about to make a prediction with these anymore because all these guys, they're getting the street stock racing down pretty good.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to have to pick that 37 a cold day. I know I shouldn't pick him, and I know he won't do an interview with us even if he does win, but I'm still going to pick him.
Well, if we're going to go on the picking thing right now, I think Chris Brown's due to get one here. I really do. He runs these things great. So that's going to be my pick. I'm going to have to go out, and we're going to go with Chris in the number 1 Chevy there.
We got to thank Ken out there in chat. This should be a good one. We're definitely looking forward. We've been looking forward to this one since we've seen it on the schedule. I mean, it's Darlington. Who doesn't like to watch something at Darlington? So we're going to bring you the action here the best we can. As we see Nick Dayer, he's still out there having a little bit of issues. He has turned in a time. He is the 18th fastest right now. Cody Levitt, he has turned in a 3rd place fastest time at a 34.5. Currently out there making some pit road calculations there, getting that all dialed in for him. Brandon Miller, he's still out there. Brandon Miller has not put in a time, so we're going to follow Brandon around as he got that sweet picture, Bobby. Bobby, I'm not sure if you can see it right now, but Brandon Miller sent in a photo today, and we put it up. I'm not sure if it's his current photo, but he's got a mullet, and we love the mullets.
You know what? It looks like Joe Dirt's brother.
Joe Dirt Tay, huh?
Yeah.
Well, he is driving a Miller car.
Very well could be. Got about a minute to go left in the qualifying here, Roger.
So far, 20 guys have taken time. Brandon Miller will be the 21st guy to take time. Let's see where he slots in on the board. He's going to slot into 20th position on his first lap. 2 guys have not taken time so far. That's the 7 of Hunter Conley and the 48 of Josiah Millen. Josiah Millen, the new guy here to this series, out here tonight giving it a whirl. He seen us over here on MaxSpeedTV and said, I want in. So here he is tonight.
A lot of guys that's going to be wanting in this league. I'm telling you what, anybody that's listening and watching this thing and are looking for a new league to jump in just to get a little bit of practice in, or better yet, just something new with stock cars themselves. These iRacing street stocks are a great thing to hop into to learn and get familiar with other racers and get familiar with the surroundings of other race cars. It's fun.
As we just saw Brandon Miller in that 44, he just slots into the 13th position on his second lap out there. We only have 2 guys out there. Nick Dayer, he's still out there trying to figure it out. And the 707 of Michael Whittaker. Unfortunately, Michael has elected to not take a qualifying attempt. Well, Bobby, it's about that time to run through the grid. I'll take your first 10 if you want to take the second.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, starting on your pole here today is going to be the 0-2 of Craig Schwartz. Outside of him is going to be his teammate, I guess roommates almost. They were a couple years back. Cole Day in the 37. Sitting there in third, that guy with the great beard, that's going to be Cody Levitt there in the 38. Michael Klein put it in P4 with that 12 car. Sitting fifth is going to be Andrew Davis in the 22. 6th with that wonderful thumbs up photo, Danny Valenzuela, not related to Ricky, Bobby tells me. 7th position is going to be Colton Farrow in the 62. 8th place in the 48 is Jay Steffi. 9th position, Chris Brown, watch for him to come to the front. Dan LaFoe, also a strong contender in the 27. He's going to start 10th.
In the 11th position, we got Willie Evernham out of Carolina, driving a 91 Chevy. 12th, we got Jonathan Platt out of Indiana in a 43. 13th position, Brandon Miller. 14th position is going to be Lane Sheen out of the Midwest area, driving a 51. 15th position, we got Kerry, forget about it, I'm not even going to try it, but he is from Ohio. 16th position, we got the number 21 of Jeff Bangener. He's down in the west area of the United States. 17th position, Matthew Crombolini out of New Jersey, it looks like. 18th position, Lloyd Saunders. 19th, Tyson Hawkins. 20th position, driving a number 3 Chevy, is Nicholas Dahar out of California.
21st position is Michael Whittaker, who did not take a time. Or actually, he did put in a time, 37.4 there at the end. He must have snuck it in. Josiah Millens, the new guy, starting in 22nd position. He did not put in a time. And Hunter Conley in the 7 machine is going to start 23rd. He elected to not qualify either. I'm not sure if Hunter is actually here tonight.
You know, I don't know if he is or not. I haven't seen him out, and he hasn't had no times whatsoever, so he may not be out here.
Bobby, these guys are rolling away right now, getting ready to strap in. Well, they are strapped into their rigs, but they're going to pull it tight and let these things loose.
Loose it's going to get, especially after they wear some tires down in about 15 laps. Again, tires are the key here right now. That and patience. You got patience, Roger?
I got to put up with you, so of course I have to have patience.
Well, that's what you're going to need when you run this track this tight with this many cats out here.
Down the backstretch they go. This track, we should say, also is more like an egg shape. It's not so much symmetrical like most of the ovals.
It's definitely different, I can tell you that. Speeds are definitely different in the turns.
Sorry about that. I was trying to work on something on my end. But we're ready to go racing here, Bobby. As the pace car is pulling off. Craig Schwartz is your control car. Cole Day on the outside. Cody Levette right there behind them. Along with Michael Klein. Craig Schwartz holding them back, but the green flag is out. We are racing here at Darlington. Craig Schwartz got a great start there on the inside, but Cole Day did not let him get out the head of him. He's right there with him.
Already the number 12 right there, Michael Klein, he already bumped the wall, and he's not even got a half a lap in. It's a tight one out.
We got a caution already.
Already. Here we go.
Let's see if we can go back and catch a replay of this.
Yeah, there you go. Looks like the 51 got into the 45, and he just caused a whole heck of a mess.
So we see that on the outside there. The 43 right in front of the 51.
No place for nobody to go.
Bounced right off the 44 Miller, and that just collected everybody else that was behind him.
And that's a shame.
Flipping. That's not what we like to see. That's normally not what we see from these guys out here in the early going. It's unfortunate for a lot of these guys, as you see the 43 of Jonathan Platt upside down, 21. That is Jeff Bergner upside down. They all get it going. Jeff Bergner's looks like he might be crab walking around. Unfortunate for them in the early goings here. We don't want to see that.
That's just a little too much camber, huh, Roger?
A little bit, but they're getting beat out. These guys got quick repairs, so they're going to be all right.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be fine. They've got 2 quick repairs, so that's not a big deal. Shake it off, wipe it off, get your head back into the game, and try to, get back up to the front. No harm, no foul, Roger.
Absolutely. I'm not sure what happened to the 4 of Matthew Grobelny, but he's right there in front of Craig Schwartz. I'm not sure if he took the green with these guys or what happened. He'll get the wave around here, though. So an early caution here, unfortunate for a lot of these guys, as we were looking forward to getting some green flag laps in, but an early caution here at Darlington.
Yeah, they'll get the bugs worked out of it here. You know, it's those green flag first time, you know, balls to the wall jitters, if you will. That's what's going on right now. They'll settle down. They'll get back in line, and they'll do some pretty good racing here. Restarts are always a pain in the butt. It's that simple. Everybody's got to be on their toes. You know how rough they can be.
Absolutely, as we had no takers for pit road this time by, as it is early. They only got one corner on these tires, so we didn't think anybody was going to come down. As actually, I lie. Looks like we have a lot of the guys in the back coming down.
Oh, it's not going to hurt anything. Top off that fuel. They probably get about a 1/10 of a fuel put back into that thing. But, you know, why not? It's nothing. They're not going to lose nothing.
You also got to remember a lot of these guys were involved in that incident, so that's the reason they are pitting. But back up front, Craig Schwartz, he was your pole sitter. He's still up there. Top 4 actually have not changed hands at all. The top 10 actually have not changed hands at all.
I think things are going pretty good up there in the top 10.
Yeah, they made
like
it through a lap, or a quarter of a lap.
Yeah, they did. But you know what? It's going to get better. It's going to get a lot better. New track, street stocks. You know, you gotta work out these bugs a little bit. It's tight, real tight up there.
Like we said, a lot of these guys are new. They did join pretty late. I know Josiah Millen, he probably made the call by about 10 minutes before the lobby had opened up. I did see his name come across the board as a new guy, so let's see if we can pull up Josiah Millen's stats. Not sure if I can get him right here.
I guess his friends like to call him Joey. Is that right?
Joe. Instead of Josiah, they call him Joe. That's what I read.
All right. Believe me, that's a lot easier for me.
Come on, Josiah ain't such a hard name.
Is for an old guy like me.
But Josiah started back there in the 22nd position, currently in 17th. He actually looked like he came through pretty clean there on that start. He didn't get into anybody.
Yeah, I don't see no bent sheet metal on that car nowhere, so that's good. Save a fast repair.
Still pacing here at Darlington. We should get the 1 to go when we get to get back to the stripe. We're about going down the backstretch right now. Another one of our new guys out here is going to be the 28 of Lloyd. Is that Saunders? Haven't seen Lloyd out here before. Actually, I remember Lloyd was out in chat last week watching us. He was pulling for Dan LaFoe.
Awesome. Hey, I like that number too. You have any idea, Roger, why?
Ernie Irvin.
That's right, buddy. Davey Allison, Ernie Irvin, all the way.
All right, we do get the 1 to go this time at the line. They're going to double them back up here, get them going again, get them humming around that outside.
Yeah, like I said, they can get up really close to about 138, 139 mile an hour. They can hit probably the 140 mark when they're being pushed. But, you know, they got to know when to get out of it. It's no different than your super speedways. You can't push a guy around a turn.
Bobby, before we go back racing here, I'm looking at the 12 machine. I'm not sure if you've seen this car out here tonight yet, but you should definitely take a look at it at some point because it is absolutely beautiful. It has your name written all over the hood. My Little Pony.
You know what? I love it. I think it's awesome. All about pink. I got a pink shirt, pink shorts when I go golfing in tournaments. So why not? Pink is in, boys.
Pink is in. And the 12 of Michael Klein is hoping it stays in. As we're about to go back racing. The pace car's about to duck off.
They're tightening back up again. That's a good sign. He's holding the back. Green flag, Roger. Here we go. Let's try it again.
Green flag is out. Cold day. There on the outside. Got a great start again there with Craig Schwartz.
And for some reason, why Cody must have heard us talking about him because he got excited. He bumped the wall there and kind of lost some positions.
A little bit different start here. A lot of these guys getting single filed out.
Single file's where it's at. They can break away a little bit. When you break away and go single file, you're not going to get caught up in those so-called cautions all the time.
Working through turn 3 and 4 for the first time under green. This is lap 7. It looks like Craig Schwartz is going to lead the first official lap under green. So far, so good on this lap. There it is in the books. Finally, one green flag lap.
Yeah, and you've got 37 Nicole Day sitting there right behind him, just waiting for him to slide up and make a little move so he can hop down there and take that lead from him. But right now, it looks like Mr. Schwartz is making it a little difficult.
Everybody's single filed out pretty much so far. There's just one battle back there, and I believe that was the 11 of Carey and the 43 of Jonathan Platt. Jonathan's going to go to the inside of the 11. He's going to take that position away.
Looks like Michael Klein recovered from his little wall tap there earlier. He's right back up there right behind Cody.
That's Bobby's favorite My Little Pony machine.
Absolutely.
Everybody's single filed out, though. Bobby looking good so far, turning laps. It's a long race, 75 laps.
I comb my pony's hair so much it fell out, Roger.
I get the joke, Bobby.
Okay.
As we have one off the pace back here, the 21 is off the pace. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he's off the pace. The 28 is also off pace. But back up front, it's still Craig Schwartz, Cole Day, Cody Levette, Michael Klein, Andrew Davis rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, they got a little bit, they got a little bit around there between the 12 and the 22 there of Andrew Davis. That's a good 4 or 5 car length right there. Those guys got to get in line there. Of course, you got Chris Brown. It's going to be pushing him, as you see right here. He's pushing him. They're going to get caught up there. Before you know it, you're going to have a little train going on here.
It looks like the 22 of Davis is going to duck to the inside. Chris Brown's on his outside. Maybe he's just going to give Chris Brown the position and say it's a little early. Oh, the 22 slides up, gets into Brown. They gather it up. Chris Brown's going to say, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm just going to go around you.
Yep, he's going to check out. I'm out of here. I don't want a part of this.
As now, Danny Valenzuela drives up on the 22, and his teammate right there to the inside, Colton Farrow. Colton Farrow is going to pass the 04 of Danny Valenzuela going into the corner. Now he's looking to the inside of the 22. Can it stick? As he doesn't have enough off the corner momentum, he'll back off, and he'll drop in line right in front of his teammate.
But up front again, I mean, it's still, these 4 cats are checking out.
They're just staying in line.
That's smart racing, Roger. Stay in line, try to get up some time.
You see Cold Day just about tapped the wall there. You saw him shoot to the inside. He gets right back on the bumper of the 02 of Schwartz.
That wall comes up quick when you're making those turns, I'll tell you. Especially as your tires start to wear down, Roger. These things are a handful.
That's right. We got about 12 laps on these tires right now at the line. It's, about 7 of them under green flag racing, so they're probably starting to wear out. As we expected, 7 to 15 laps. 7 to 12 laps is probably a tire run. Let's go back here to the one of Chris Brown. He's under pressure right now from the 62 of Colton. As we have Danny Valenzuela that turned around there. Not sure what happened to him. No caution because he was off the racing surface. I'm not sure if he just lost it going into the corner or what.
Oh, he did a good job of not hitting anybody and getting it off the track quick, so it saved a caution. That was pretty nice.
So no caution, back out front, and still a 4-car breakaway. Then it's about 4 bus lengths, probably actually 7 more or so, back to Chris Brown and Colton Farrow. And they got in tow Dan LaFoe and Andrew Davis right there. That's your top 8. 9th position is the 3-car of Nicholas Dayer, and then the 44 of Brandon Miller is going to round out your top 10 so far. So green flag racing, working lap 14.
I knew we'd get in some green flags here. Once they settle down and get comfortable and kind of get relaxed a little bit, I knew we'd get in some pretty good green flag racing. But I'll tell you what, these guys, they got to run these cars all the way up against that wall, and then they got to get off the wall into the turns. Because if you don't, and your car's not turning, and you bore your tires down, you're going to smack that wall for sure.
That's right. Ken Pryor out there in chat says it's cool seeing these street stocks race at Darlington. That's for sure it is. And he says those front 4 guys got the right idea. These cars punch such a big hole in the air that if you're racing side by side, you're definitely helping the guy behind you. So if they just stay nose to tail, Bobby, they're going to run away. As we see this, they got about a 3-second lead over Chris Brown. And he's sitting there in the 5th place.
Yeah, these guys aren't dumb. They're looking at their screens. They know where Chris Brown and some of these other guys are at. And they know if they stick together and they can get a little bit of drafting in, they're going to pull away. And I'd rather have Chris Brown in my rearview mirror than have him in my front looking.
Well, usually, Bobby, when Chris Brown's in your rearview mirror, he's coming around to lap you.
Pretty much.
As we go from the blimp view, watching these top fours, we just see Schwartz get into the wall, and Cold Day's going to look to the inside now.
One little mistake, and you wait for it, and when it happens, you take advantage of it. That's exactly what he did.
I'm not sure that's what these front four wanted to happen, but it happened, and you got to make a move. So Cole jumped to the inside of the 0-2, but it doesn't look like he's going to have the momentum as Craig Schwartz is just going to power around the outside, because that's where these guys are with the Warren tires. Craig Schwartz back to the point.
Yeah, I think these cats just need to stay in line a little bit and just get a little bit of real estate between them and Chris Brown and Dan LaFoe.
As the 12 car had a peek there to the inside of the 38 of Cody Levitt, but he peeks back in. Let's check back here to the 1 car, because it looks like the 27 of Dan LaFoe has caught him and looking to the inside of him going into turn 1.
You kind of think these two cats want to stick together and do a little bit of bump drafting as much as they can so they can catch these top 4 guys up here. Because that's the only way they're going to get to them.
Ooh, as you see the 22 of Andrew Davis, he tagged the wall coming out of turn 2. You see a lot of these guys getting sideways coming out of the corners now.
Tires are going bye-bye, Roger.
That's right, we're working lap 18. They're going quick when we're under green. Great battle back here for about the 5th position as LaFoe looking to the inside of Brown again going into turn 1. Does he have enough this time? Side by side through the middle, it looks like LaFoe's got the advantage. He's going to just slide up in front of Chris Brown. Chris Brown going to look to do a crossover as here comes the 22 to the inside of Brown. He doesn't have enough off the corner, though. While these guys are battling, that's letting the 62 of Colton Farrow. He's catching back up.
And while that's all going on, you still got your top 4 guys up here kind of kissing the wall quite a bit here going around into these turns. I think their tires are going away pretty darn quick, and these things are a handful.
As we just saw barely in the blimp view, we did see Michael Klein there in the My Little Pony number 12 car. He tagged the wall. That's letting these top 3 get away from him. He's about to lose the draft.
Cannot make a mistake. You cannot hit that wall because it takes so much momentum away from you. They'll just drive right on past you.
But still up front, it's still Craig Schwartz, Cole Day, Cody Levitt, Michael Klein. Dan LaFoe got around Chris Brown. We saw that live. Then it's Andrew Davis there in the 7th position, Colton Farrow in 8th, Nicholas Dayer in 9th, Brandon Miller in 10th. The 51 of Liam Sheen there in 11th. The 49 of Jay Steffi, he's sitting there in 12th. The 707 of Michael Whittaker in 13th, Kerry Chem in 14th, Lloyd Saunders there in 15th. Josiah Millen, who I'm not sure if is still on track. On mine, it's showing unavailable. I'm going to guess he is because he's in the 15th position.
You've got cars all over this track. They really spread out pretty far and wide, if you will.
And let's go back here to Chris Brown, because this seems where the action was. Actually, we should go a little bit farther back. Let's see if we can find who's back here in this little gaggle of cars. Back here around the 10th position. 10th position, we got the 44 of Brandon Miller, the 51 of Liam Sheen, the 49 of Jay Steffi, and the 43, who's actually a lap down, that's Jonathan Platt. They're all back here battling hard.
Yeah, you got hard battles all over this track right now. But up front, as usual, though, it's still set with Craig Schwartz, Cole Day, and Cody Levitt. They're pulling away pretty good here. I'm going to say probably if they keep this up and they can stay nose to tail, I'd say probably before this race is even close to being over with, you're going to start seeing some lapped cars maybe.
As there are a couple guys out there that are just in front of your leaders right now. The 21 of Jeff Bergner, he's right in front of the leaders, along with, I believe it's the 55 of Tyson and the 4 of Matthew Is Matthew out there? Yeah, Matthew's out there. Grobelny.
Yeah, say that fast 3 times, buddy.
Grobelny. He'll be happy.
Did a good job.
But your top 3, they are pulling away from the 12 of Michael Klein. They pulled a 2-second lead currently on the 12 of Michael Klein. Then there's about a whole 1 second back to Dan LaFoe between the 12 car of Michael Klein and Dan LaFoe.
Yeah, it looks like right now that Cody says, I'm getting really tired of this third place position. I'd really like to get up there and take that second from you.
But as you see them guys battle, look how much Craig Schwartz has pulled out. He's got about a half bus length on these guys now.
Yep. They'll catch back up with him. Like you said earlier, man, these cars punch a big hole in this air. These two cats get together. They'll be right back up on his tail again. No problem.
We have some great green flag racing going currently over here with the Salt Flat Racing Street Stock Shootout. That's what they're calling it. This is Salt Flat Racing. As you saw Matthew there in the 4 car just pull over and let the leaders go. He wants no part of that. He doesn't want to disrupt the battle going here for the lead as these leaders are checking out. 3-second lead over 4th place, 5-second lead over the rest of over Dan LaFoe and Chris Brown.
Yep, all they got to do is just stay nose to tail, these 3 guys, and try to keep it off the wall, because, boy, are they getting close to it all the time. As you see right there, Cody just tacked it a little bit.
And it's all right to go up there and tap it a little bit and rub the fender a little bit, but you don't want to be actually knocking the wall down.
No, these street stocks, you can beat the tar out of them like a red-headed stepchild if you want to, and it's not going to phase anything.
Let's see if we can go on board here with Cody Levette. This is what Cody's seeing driving around. You can see that windscreen all beat up. You can see the dirt and everything that was kicked up on it. As you see him pretty much burying the tack going down the straightaway and how much he's off the gas. You hear the tires squealing. They want off.
Every time you hear a tire squeal, you hear another one crying, because I'll tell you what, this track eats the tires up. You're going to watch these lap times drop considerably.
As we are on board with Cody Levette right here. I'm pretty sure these boys are coming up on a pit stop sooner or later. I did calculate right around the 30 lap range here tonight, and we're fast approaching that. We did have a couple caution laps, so that helped these guys. But we're working lap 28 as you hear Cody Levette working that throttle, just barely getting into the wall.
Tell you what, Roger, I sure am glad that I don't have to paint that wall when this race is over.
That's why we're up in the booth, Bobby. We don't got to worry about anything.
Absolutely. But I do feel sorry for the guys that have to repaint that wall. Holy crap.
But Cold Day is losing a little bit of the draft here with these front 2. Cold Day back to about a half a second behind these 2.
You got to be careful. You don't want to overdrive these things. You can see them. You got them in your grasp. You just got to get a little bit closer, and then you end up overdriving it, and when you overdrive it, you got to smack the wall. And then you're in real trouble.
As we are pretty impressed with these guys as they've got strung out. There are cars everywhere on this track.
Yes, they are.
The leaders right now are coming up on another lap car, the 55. The 55 would be Tyson Hawkins.
Here's something new. Here's something new, Roger. You got to take into effect, too. These cats are going to have to do a green flag pit stop.
Green flag pit stops. It's probably going to be able to put these guys about a lap or 2 down, as we see actually the 22... coming in to make his pit stop. That's Andrew Davis. He was up in the front. He was battling right around the 6th, 7th position there with Dan LaFoe, Chris Brown.
Trying to make that transition from up there to the top to come down here into that pit. Number 1, you got to hit your speed on pit row. But number 2, you pray to God nobody behind you runs you over when you're going into the pits.
As we see the 55 of Tyson Hawkins, he just pulls over. He also lets the leaders go. He knows it's not worth being put on the front page.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the bad boy trailer, that's for sure.
Well, you should know all about the bad boy trailer, Bobby.
You know, I've been there a couple times, and I've heard people that actually has gotten breakfast, but I've never had that opportunity.
You mustn't have been that good then. The 28
I know.
is coming down pit road. Lloyd Saunders, they're in the 28. He's coming to make his pit stop.
So far, so good. Nobody's running over anybody. They're losing their head. They're very patient. And green flag pit stops scare the heck out of you, Roger. You're afraid that you're going to go over the speed limit and you're going to get, held, but you're also more afraid the guy behind you is going to come in and run you over.
As we see the 38 of Cody Levette looking to the inside of Craig Schwartz down the front stretch into turn 1. Can he make it stick? Craig battles back on the outside. That's also going to let the 37, a Cold Day, come to the picture again.
It doesn't take long. Like I said, if he stays behind him, Cody right there, those two cats, they'll get right up there on Craig Schwartz's butt. No trouble at all.
We have great battles up here at the front. As I look at timing and scoring, Bobby, we saw the 22 of Andrew Davis. He came down. That will score him 2 laps down. So you're going to lose 2 laps under green.
Oh, absolutely.
Bobby, I don't know about you, but I keep hearing these tires squealing. And it makes me think somebody's out of control spinning it, but that's just how it is at Darlington. You are out of control.
You are out of control. Out of control is fast. But then again, you're out of control.
Ken Pryor out there in chat, Bobby, he says he volunteers to go to the trailer if they're serving breakfast, biscuits and gravy.
You tell him I said he better get in line behind me.
Out front, still the same old 3. Let's see if we can go back in the pack a little bit. The 12 of Michael Klein, we saw him tap the wall, lose the draft. He did fall back into the clutches of Dan LaFoe, as Dan LaFoe has now gone around him. Chris Brown will be the next one to his back bumper in a little bit. As you see, Dan LaFoe, looks like he's coming to pit road. Locking him up. Oh, he missed the commitment line.
And that's what I was afraid of that's going to happen. These guys are going to try to get every bit that they can get in before they get into the commitment line there with that cone. And usually what happens, they slam their brakes on, they slide it, and they lose control.
As we see a bunch of guys coming in. Oh, there's a pileup at the beginning of pit road. The 49's around, the 44's into him. Chris Brown barely sneaks through, so does the 27 and the 12 as they're making their pit stops right now.
And I'm sure these 3 cats sitting out front out here are just going by and they're looking and they're just loving it, because what happens, that's just more cars that they don't have to worry about. They're in their own little world up here, Roger. Right now they ain't got a care in the world. They do need their tires. They need to come in here at some point and they need to fuel up and get tires. I'm just curious, are they all going to come together or are they not going to come together?
As we just saw that replay there, that was a 1-lane entry coming into pit road as the 49 had looped it literally right at the beginning of pit road. That was Jay Steffi. Those 3 that were coming in pit road, though, they did a nice little transition to get around him, I should say.
Boy, up in the front, poor old Cody, man, he drilled that wall right there, and he done a great job at gathering it back up.
As your leaders are still out there.
But he did lose the position there to Cold Day.
As Craig Schwartz is pulling away because these 2 are battling it out for the 2nd and 3rd position. Everybody else, Bobby, pretty much on pit road. Your top 5 are the only ones that are still out there on the original tires, 38 laps.
It's looking awful great for those front 3 guys up there, because once everybody's off pit road, they've got it all to themselves, less of a chance to get themselves in trouble.
But the longer they stay out, the more time they're going to be given back to these guys. Tires mean everything. As you see the 0-2 of Schwartz sideways, the 37, the 30, they're all sideways.
Oh.
Around goes Cody, and Cole just misses the commitment line, but he's going to come in anyway.
That looked like something you see on Ice Capades.
Let's see if we can go back and catch this.
That's the funniest thing I've seen in a while,
again,
man.
They're just sideways, and Cody goes around. Cole misses the commitment line, so I'm wondering what iRacing is going to say about that, if he's going to get a penalty or not.
It's going to be a shame that he does. Like I said, I knew these guys are going to have problems coming in for that first time in a green flag pit stop. You go as fast as you can, and you hit your brakes so you can slow down before that commitment line. But then when you do it and your tires are wore out anyway, you're going to go around. And I don't know how in the world that Schwartz and Day ever kept their cars straight.
We have a new leader out there, Bobby. The 707 of Michael Whittaker is going to be your new leader. Whittaker, he ended up coming down with that first pit stop. So he's out there, 37 laps. He's going to be one of your last guys to make a pit stop along with the 43er Jonathan Platt. Everybody else, bim down pit road.
I'm going to tell you one thing. It looks like on the 707 car there, it looks like he went by in some kind of a practice or whatever, and everybody in the stands had a can of paint and threw it at him.
As we get a close-up look here. Also, you could probably say that maybe looks like a fruit roll-up.
That's true, yep.
I am kind of hungry.
Me and you both, brother. Hey, where's my Twinkie at? He's not even out here, is he?
Twinkie's not out there tonight.
Oh, man.
The 707 of Michael, he's got about a 32-second lead on the 43 of Jonathan Platt. After that, everybody else 1 to 2 laps down currently. As it looks like he might be coming into pit road. As he's down off the apron, easy. He's seen and heard on the radio about everybody else as he throws it sideways too. As he loses it completely, around he goes. He's stopped on the apron.
Like I said, these green flag pit stops are a handful in these things.
It's definitely giving us some excitement up here in the booth. So that's now going to turn the lead over to, I believe it's going to be the 43 of Jonathan Platt. Not sure where he is, as he's actually in pit road right now too. So that's going to turn the lead over. Bobby, we just got things changing left and right. I believe that's going to change it over to 27 of Dan LaFoe.
But you know what, right now, I don't know, has, yeah, Chris Brown's already been in the pits, and he's out again, and look at him, sitting right there in 6th position.
Cody Levette's going to be your biggest loser coming off pit road. He came in the 2nd position. He's going to go out in about the 11th position.
Yeah, he was the only one in the...
He's about a half a lap behind the leader right now.
When those three came in there sliding together, it looked like something you'd see on the Ice Capades. Like I said earlier, he was the only one that couldn't keep it straight. He actually went around, didn't he?
Synchronized swimming.
Yeah, synchronized driving, huh?
As the leaderboard has reshuffled, Dan LaFoe is out front. Craig Schwartz, Cole Day, Chris Brown, Andrew Davis. Andrew Davis, Bobby, I'm going to let you know, gave us a message. He's not Anthony Davis.
Is that what I said?
Well, I guess so, as we see the 62 in the wall right there. He slided to the inside. He gathers it up. Good save by the 62 of Colton. A lot of good driving, Bobby, by these guys.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a lot of good driving. No cautions. Man, these guys have been out there for a while, and they've experienced their first green flag pit stop. And I got to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure a lot of them are not looking forward to another one.
As we believe they should have to make about one more pit stop here this evening. So we still got excitement coming. If anybody out there on YouTube, don't go away, because this is definitely some exciting.
I think if you're watching this on YouTube, next week you need to get your butt in this league and just race with these guys. You're missing a lot of fun. I'd rather be racing to be up here with you.
Well, it's a mutual feeling.
I know.
Bobby, if you look back there in that 2nd position, you got Craig Schwartz and Cole Day. They're back nose to tail. They're going to run down Dan LaFoe here in a little bit, as they got actually about 3 lap fresher tires than the leader.
Yep, tires. Now if these guys can manage them a little bit and they can get up there, hook up, just go right around, put a little bit of real estate between them and the rest of the guys, that's a smart thing to do, because I'm telling you right now, Mr. Brown is on his way. He just got done passing a couple cars. He's coming.
I'm not sure who that was, but we just heard somebody die.
Well, everybody's doing pretty well right now. I mean, there's some battles out there a little bit. That little My Pony there, the number 12, he is all over the rear end of that 44. Drafting, baby, drafting.
That must just be guys bouncing them off the wall that I hear.
Yeah, that's going to happen this whole entire race, Roger.
As you see those two of Cold Day and Craig Schwartz still hooked up. They are running down the 27.
Poor old Chris Brown sitting there in that 4th position. He is all by himself.
As
They
they have caught him. The 02 and the 37 have officially caught the leader of Dan LaFoe as they work through the front stretch on lap 47.
Nose to tail, putting real estate behind them. And I'm telling you what, if these guys are even able to listen to this broadcast, they better heed my warning. They better stay nose to tail. They better get the real estate between them and Mr. Chris Brown, because I'm telling you guys, he's got some fast laps. He's coming. Comment in a hurry.
Chris Brown is the fastest car on track right now, but he is buried 6.5 seconds behind the leaders. So he's going to need some help to catch him.
Well, I hate to say this, and I certainly don't want, to cause anything here, but you know as well as I do, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and I'm sure these leaders want to go green to the end because they got a nice breakaway.
Yes, they do. And they're driving smart right now. I mean, they're not doing nothing silly. They're not trying to pass anybody yet. As you see, the O2 just went up and slammed the wall a little bit there. 27 to Dan LaFoe got a little loose, too.
That's your battle for up front. Let's see if we can go through the field a little bit. Let's go back here and see where Chris Brown is. We see him. He's about half a straightaway behind these guys. 6.5 seconds back, all by himself.
Yeah, but you know what? Here pretty soon he's going to be able to catch up with that number 62. I don't know how many laps that he's down exactly, but I think he's only one lap down. But he's going to be able to catch up with him, and he's going to be able to pick that draft up, and it's going to pull Chris a little bit closer to the front.
Sitting back in the 12th position, that's Michael Klein. We saw him in the My Little Pony car. He was up front battling till he lost the draft, and then came time for pit stops. Right now, buried back in the 5th position. Back in your sixth position is going to be the 51, the new guy, Liam Sheen, I believe it is. But he's back there in the 6th position. Good showing for him. The guy who had a big mistake there, as you see him right behind Sheen, it's going to be the 38 at Cody Levitt. He was battling in that top 3, top 4 there all evening so far until that pit stop when he decided it was time to spin her out coming to pit road.
I'm pretty sure he's kicking himself for that one. But you know what? Lesson learned. I guarantee he's not going to do that again.
Won't do it next time coming on pit road. The 7th position is going to be the 11 of Kerry Chim. That Pepsi machine back here. Behind Kerry is another new guy out there, the 48 of Josiah Millen, as we see him bank it off the wall and go sideways.
Yes, he hit that hard, didn't he?
He's back there in about the 9th position.
These things are a handful when your tires start to go away. They're heavy, Roger. These cars are heavier than just about anything out there right now. And they're hard to turn when those tires go down like they do when you have no traction. And, man, does that wall sneak up on you fast.
We got the 3 of Nicholas Dayer back here. He's all by himself, running in the top 10. Behind Nick, we got the 28 of Lloyd Saunders. Lloyd, a new guy to the league here this evening also. Like I said, we got a lot of new guys out there. Lloyd is 1 lap down. He's the first car lap down right now.
It's good to see. It's nice to see all the new guys come out here. Like I said, this league, this thing should be 40 cars plus right now, Roger. I mean, man, they're a blast to drive. And who's ever heard of these things on super speedways before? This is, I think, the first, at least that I've ever heard of it. It's a great league.
Absolutely is. Sitting back in your 12th position, last week's winner, the 62 of Colton Farrow. Not having the race that he was looking for. Currently sitting in the 12th position. His teammate pushing him right behind him, Danny Valenzuela.
Going to be interested to see if this does go green for quite a while yet here. We only got 22 laps to go in this, Roger, but it's going to be real exciting to watch green flag pit stops again.
Sitting back in your 14th position, Michael Whittaker. We saw him as the leader when he chose to come into pit road, and he did one of those loops also. Pit road is a challenge here tonight for these gentlemen.
Well, coming down off that bank, that transition, especially, when the car's loose anyway, and you just touch your brakes, yeah, you're in trouble.
Buried back in your 15th position, that's Jeff Bergner. There in the 21 machine. He's also a lap down. A lot of these guys are a lap down. Everybody from the 9th position back. Nicholas Dayer is going to be your last guy on the lead lap. Let's check back up front here. It's still the same. Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed, but I will tell you one thing. I'm pretty sure that the right side of Cole Day's car is probably a little bit more crinkled than what it was earlier.
They're still nose to tail.
They're still bouncing off that wall.
Let's see if we can go on board here with the 2. This is Craig Schwartz view, right behind the 27 of Dan LaFoe.
They're doing a really good job right now, Roger. They got their heads on straight. But you know what? With under 19 laps to go, pretty soon we're going to start to see a little bit more aggressive maneuvers. And it's going to be time to get it on.
As you see, Craig Schwartz there had a run coming off the corner, but LaFoe moved to the inside and blocked him, as it looks like he's actually going to let him go. I'm not sure what happened to the 27. Oh, he's coming to pit road, Bobby. He was nice and easy coming to pit road.
Absolutely. He saw all that smoke and stuff when he was going around that track. He thought, nah, I don't want no part of that. I'm just going to go nice and easy. I'm going to hit my marks. And that's exactly what he did. He did a good job bringing that in there.
So Dan LaFoe is going to be the first one to pit road. He was one of the first ones to come down pit road last time. As Bobby, I think he made the mistake and he came down the wrong pit road.
Oh, no.
He came down the old Darlington backstretch pit road.
I knew that was going to get somebody at some point. That's gotten me before, too.
So that's going to be an unfortunate blow for the 27. That's probably going to bury him back in the field. That's not what Dan wanted to see, as he was your leader. As now he's going to be lapped here by the 02 of Craig Schwartz coming around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure right now that water bottles and mouses and cell phones and everything he's got in his iRacing rid's probably been thrown across the room.
Now, Bobby, I'm watching speeds on these guys. Craig Schwartz and Cole Day, they have backed the pace down. They're running about 70% throttle right now.
Well,
they have a 13-second lead over Chris Brown, who's currently sitting in 3rd.
And I would do the exact same thing. What these cats are doing, they're saving tires.
Saving fuel if they think they can make it the rest of the way here, if they just back off and save some fuel, because they have the distance to 3rd and 4th.
Oh, that's true. They could. It's a possibility on that. I don't think poor old Chris is going to be able to catch him. I don't care if what happens. He could get a tornado wins if he wants to, but these cats are checked out. They're gone.
We got 15 to go, Bobby.
This race has flew by,
Let's see if we can go on board with Cole Day, if I can pull it up here. Cole Day, and oh, you can definitely hear him down on power. These guys going down the straightaway, they were banging the cars off the limiter, the red light, as you see actually Cole get into the wall there a little bit. But you can hear he's not even full throttle. He's not full song and dance.
I think these two guys, they might have a little something going on here. One's probably realizing the other one's slowed down, and he's thinking, you know what, this cat's saving fuel, I better save fuel too.
We got a fan out there in chat going street stocks at Darlington Insanity. It is some great racing. These boys have only had one caution. That was in the first corner. One caution, 5 laps. The rest of the way so far, green flag racing here at Darlington with Salt Flat Racing. It's crazy. Ken Pryor out here in chat, he's been here all along. He expected a lot of cautions. These guys are doing a great job, like he said. Absolutely. As these are your two front leaders here, Craig Schwartz right in front of Cole Day, as we're on board with Cole. They're out here saving fuel. I wonder if they're going to try and make it all the way.
I don't know. I'll tell you. To me, it looks like I've always said. I thought a herd of turtles before, but man, it looks like a herd of turtles for sure right now. As you see, you've got some of these lap traffic guys coming in here.
The lap guys, the 707, that is Michael Whittaker. He's back there in 8th position. He's going to unlap himself here along with Danny Vanezuela in the 04 as they just go by these two leaders like they're sitting still. Here comes the 21 of Jeff Bergner. He's going to go right around these guys when he gets to them, too. I'm sure these guys may have actually picked up the pace now that they have somebody to draft off of.
Now, they may have a little bit, pull them around a little bit. You can say fuel that way. I'm not sure what's going on right now. It's a possibility. I don't know if the 37 of Cole Day, if he's had a problem or what, or he's really off the pace.
I believe he gave the position to the 21 there of Jeff. Just let him go by. He figured he'll tuck in behind him. As the 04 Danny Vanezuela, he's now off pace. He's coming into the pits. He's going to say that's enough. The 12 car of Michael Klein has got around Chris Brown for the 4th position. He is currently sitting 6 seconds behind the leader. So he's coming. They were, what, 14, 15? Oh, did you see him banking off the wall? The 12 is around right into the middle. Chris Brown is into him. That's going to bring out our second caution, Bobby.
And you know what? To be honest with you, I think everybody is right now just going, phew, thank goodness. I need some tires and I need some fuel.
I know your leaders didn't want to see that. You see him just bank it off the wall, get into the 7 there. It turns him back up in, and then right over Chris Brown.
Chris had absolutely nowhere to go on that. He was just a victim of the incident. That's too bad because he had a great run going, and hate to see that because I really believe that if they'd have been a caution by somebody else, I think Chris would have given him a run for their money.
Let's see, I think we have Michael Klein out in chat. Or we did. Well, unfortunately, we don't have Michael Klein out in chat. I thought we did, but we do have Chris Brown, Bobby, if you can find Chris Brown.
All right, let me see if I can find him. I just saw Chris go there and hit My Little Pony there, that 12. I mean, that pony looked like he was doing some serious jumping because he was in the air and flipping and everything. Chris Brown, Bobby and Roger in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. You guys got me?
Oh, I got you all right. What happened?
Man, I don't know. He bounced off the wall, bounced off somebody else, and then I drove right through him. So,
yeah, now sometimes in iRacing when you drive right through somebody and it's really that fast, usually you get lucky and you're not going to get any damage. Did you happen to be the lucky one?
oh yeah, we got lucky right there.
That's awesome. Glad to hear it. You got a good car. You're fast, dude. I'm telling you, you're quick out there. I think you got something for him. You're my pick of the day in this race, pal. Don't you let me down.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna give him hell.
I know you will.
Hey, Chris,
Good
Roger
luck.
up in the booth. You got anything left in the tank for these guys up front?
I don't know. Tires are pretty worn out. Pretty low on fuel, but this caution should help a lot.
Now, we did see you were about 15 seconds behind the leader probably, I'd say, 12 laps ago. And Cole and Craig were about 70, maybe 60% throttle, saving fuel. Could you have gone the rest of the way if it stayed green?
Yeah, I think I could have made it. It was gonna be real tight though.
All right, well, hey, you're going to get another shot at it, probably one more stent of green. You guys have had great racing out there for Darlington.
Yeah, it's been fun.
All right, good luck, my man.
That was Chris Brown, currently sitting in your third position. He did get involved in that wreck, but sometimes iRacing has a glitch. And that's what it was, a glitch, and no damage there on the one car.
Al, that's one glitch I'm glad iRacing has, especially for Chris Brown. But, what you're looking at, probably about six to go maybe or so. This is going to get crazy, Roger.
About 6 laps to go here when we go back green. As we are not interviewing Craig Schwartz, we're having a little bit of difficulty overlay setup here.
Well, there's one cat I like to try to get a hold of, and we can have a little chat, hopefully, with him. Let me see if I can get a hold of Cody Levette in that 38. Cody, this is Bobby and Roger in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Man, you've been running up front most of the day. You got stuck back there in the back a little bit. Kind of been pounding the wall some. I'm going to assume it's a handful when the tires go away.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Well, hey, you're sitting in a pretty good position right now. You're sitting there in fourth. You're going to have 6 to go when this is over with. You got anything for him?
Yeah, I think I got something for him.
I'll tell you what, you're running a really good race, and you got some pretty good cats up there in front of you, and you also got a cat right there beside you. He wants that checker flag too. So you keep it safe and hammer down and send it.
Thank you, sir. I'll try my best.
Alrighty.
Put on a show here.
Do that.
That was Cody Levet. He's sitting fourth. Got a bunch of heavy hitters up there, Bobby. He's worked out, ready to go racing again.
You've got some real heavy hitters up here, and you know what? It's go time.
I'm not sure what's going on there. We see a couple guys peeling off. They're just not lined up, but the green flag is out, and Craig Schwartz is on the loud pedal. He's going to get a great start. He's going to clear Cold Day by turn 1.
Yes, he is. He's got a great start going on these. He didn't care about them guys bumping and banging back there. He just wanted to get out in front. And he's doing a good job. And I think Cold Day is going to tuck right up. And it's another caution already. I'm not sure. We going to get a 1 to go or 2 to go here?
We probably should get a one lap shootout. Let's see if we can go back and get a replay of this. Looked like the 12 car, not the pace car. 12 car was involved in that. He was buried back in the field a little bit. Looks like he went to the inside on this start to go inside Brandon Miller, which you can't pass on the left. That's a no-no, and Brandon Miller just didn't give way and turned him around.
Everybody wanting that same piece of real estate. It doesn't work.
Brandon Miller had the position. The 12 car just wanted to come up, and unfortunately there was no hole.
The little pony was out to the races. I had to say that, Roger.
Of course you did, Bobby. Of course. But up front, it's still going to be Craig Schwartz, Cold Day, Chris Brown, Cody Levet. Nothing changed up there in the standings that on my screen.
Nope, nothing's changed. But you know what? I think we are going to get at least a 1. We're going to get a green-white checkered, I believe. Man, what a perfect ending to a race like this.
Well, we got 4 to go now. The caution came out with 6. We're going to have to see if we're going to get this thing started here. We hope so. For our sake, for their sake. They had great racing the whole race. 1 caution there in the beginning of the race. And then green flag all the way till about 5 laps ago. I think it was 11 to go. The caution came out. Now back under caution here with 6 to go. Currently 4 to go as we're pacing.
Craig Schwartz is probably the only one out there that's praying to God they do not see those lights go off in that pace car.
Craig Schwartz, Cold Day, Chris Brown. They want it to finish. Well, Craig Schwartz wants it to finish right now. Cold Day might want to crack at it. Chris Brown, we know, wants a crack at it. Same with Cody Levet.
Probably sitting there going, please, 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 do not go out, lights.
Got a couple new guys up here, Bobby, currently. 5th place, we got the 51 of Liam Sheen. The 707 of Michael Whittaker. 21 of Jeff Bergner. Dan LaFoe, we saw him have those issues with selecting the wrong pit here at Darlington. He chose the backstretch, which was the wrong one. But he's back in 8th. Jonathan Platt sitting there in the 9th position. Josiah Millen, another new guy out there sitting in the top 10. A lot of these guys having career nights.
Absolutely they are. That's what's really nice about this, I'm telling you. For some reason why, it looks like the 04's, either my screen's messed up or the 04's just sitting right in the middle of the track here.
04 is sitting right in the middle of the track. Unsure what that's about, but if he doesn't move, iRacing will call another caution lap, and then these boys will not get back racing.
Well, you know what? I don't see any green. I don't even see any. Well, yeah, I guess we still got lights on that pace car.
Lights are still on the pace car. As Bobby, this race is going to end under caution.
Oh, Roger, that had been the perfect ending to a perfect race. You know that?
It was a pretty good race here put on by the Salt Flat Racing, the Street Stock Shootout Series, these guys out here tonight. I'm unsure what's going on with the 04. Is he's still sitting back here, Bobby? That's most likely the reason we're not going to get back going green, so that's unfortunate for all these guys who, Chris Brown, Cole Day, Cody Levette, they all wanted a shot. Liam Sheen, he said, hey, it's a caution. I finally got, finally got a chance up here.
Yeah, he did. He got a top 5 finish. There's nothing wrong with that. And Craig Swartz probably needs to buy that guy something to drink when this race is over with. Send him a little present in the mail. You know what I mean? Well, Roger, what do you think?
Well, I wish we could have got going back green. That's what I think.
I'll tell you what I think. I wish I could be in these cars running. I know you do. You do a really good job in these street stocks. Man, it's they got to be a blast to drive in this. Like I said, anybody that's listening out here and following us on the YouTube or whatever that we're on right now, sign up to this league, get in here, and get your butt behind one of these street stocks, and you're going to say, hey, man, Bobby Rogers, right, these things are a freaking blast.
It was a good race. It was a blast watching these guys, bringing them to all you fans over here at MaxSpeedTV. As these guys are new. This is only the second race that we've broadcasted over here on MaxSpeed, Bobby.
Yeah, oh, yeah, okay. Second, but many more to come.
Absolutely. Their season's not over as the 04. I'm unsure what's going on. He's just kind of chilling there on the backstretch. That's the reason we are still pacing and not going to get back going green. I'm surprised the admin control has not just removed the car.
Well, it's too late now anyway. It's pretty much over with right here.
As you see Cole Day and Craig Schwartz up here giving each other taps. They're teammates. They were roommates back in the day. There's your top 5. That's how it's going to end. Under caution here at Darlington, as they're still going at it.
Now they're just out there having fun.
All right, we're going to throw a commercial up real quick, and we will be right back here with you guys to bring you the post-race interviews.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
All
All right, we're back here. We're just waiting on a couple of these guys to get up here. As we're going to have Chris Brown up here first. Chris Brown, you got a copy?
Yeah, buddy.
Chris Brown, not the way you wanted to end the race, but a top 3.
Yeah, it seems like it's been going that way for me every week. Either bad strategy or something like that. So hopefully we'll get one of these figured out one of these weeks.
As we're having a little bit of communication issue with Chris over there. He sounds like a robot, but Chris can hear us, so we're continue on here. Chris, it was an early yellow flag brought out by these guys going into turn 1. You guys didn't even get up to speed yet. And then after that, it was a long green flag run. You guys had pit stops. How were the pit stops?
Pit stops weren't too bad. It's a little bit slick getting in, but not too bad.
On that long green flag run, I think it was about right around 41 laps there you had actually on the end there on your tires. Was it getting slick? Well, Bobby, we may have lost Chris.
Nope, I'm here.
Oh, he's here. 41 laps on your tires to end that. Little slick? Little tight?
No, actually the car got a little bit better as the run went on. It wasn't really that tight. A little bit tight, but not really that slick.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris, Bobby up here. I'm really shocked that you were unable to get that last chance. I really thought that you had something for him, and I'm sure you did have something for him. But you know what? with everything that's happened or whatever, top 3, you got to be kind of happy. I'm sure you're not used to a top 3 finish, but I think you'll take it.
Yeah, it's a good finish. I don't know if I had anything for those guys, but I was getting ready to send it there to see if I could get there. But although overall, pretty good finish.
Hey, you know what's going to make things all better, Chris? You get off your iRacing rig, go in there in the kitchen, get you a mixing bowl, a big box of cereal, and a half a gallon of milk, make all your troubles go away.
Exactly.
Hey, buddy, it was good talking to you. Good job on the top 3 finish here, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you next week.
Yep, appreciate it, guys.
That was Chris Brown. He was your 3rd place finisher here tonight. Usually this guy won't do interviews, Bobby, but he's here for an interview tonight. Take him away.
Cold day, Bobby and Roger. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
I'm kind of curious. Is your crying towel soaking wet when you found out that dead gum yellow flag was going to stay out and you weren't going to get a chance to probably take this win?
I'll be honest, it definitely hurt.
I'm sure.
I was going to go for it because I'd been following him I'd been following Craig just about the whole race, and I was going to do everything I could to pass him.
You had to have had fun in this race today. I mean, you stayed up front all the time. You did a really good job. And I have to admit, I don't know what kind of synchronized driving you guys came up with on your first pit stop, but when you get a chance to come back and watch this thing, it was a classic.
Yeah, we were hoping that you guys would see it. Yeah, me, Cody, and Craig were all talking together, and Craig, we just found out coming out of turn 2 that Craig couldn't make another lap on fuel because we were going to make it another lap. So then we just had to dive down. We made the decision going down the back stretch as a team, and me and Craig just somehow ended up drifting through, and somehow we didn't spin out. And unfortunately, Cody, I think he got a black flag for an unsafe pit entrance, but somehow me and Craig made it stick and were able to get 1-2.
Tell you what, buddy, a bridesmaid, never a bride. I know that, but hey, 2nd place finish, that's not bad for these things. Not bad for you. You're always running up top. You know, you're going to get your win here quickly, and I really believe between you and Chris Brown, I think you guys had something for Mr. Swartz today. Unfortunately, it didn't come out that way. But hey, congratulations on your 2nd spot win here. I know it's the first loser, people say, but you know what? In my opinion, that means you're just one step closer for that win.
Yeah, hopefully it'll come one day soon. Sooner rather than later, right?
I'm sure it will. Hey, you got anybody you want to thank out there? Wife, girlfriend, mistress, boyfriend, whatever. We don't judge.
I definitely want to thank my teammates, Craig and Cody. If it wasn't for them, we definitely wouldn't have been able to get that lead there on that first green flag run. And definitely you guys for broadcasting. And I'm sure you guys were very entertaining tonight.
Well, we're only entertaining because you guys are entertaining. You make our job look easy. Again, we appreciate it. Good job running 2nd place. We'll be looking forward to seeing you next week.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy.
That was Cold Day. That was your runner-up finisher here this evening. Now the man everybody's been waiting for. We talked to him last week. We're going to get to talk to him again here this evening. Craig Swartz, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Craig, you did it.
Yeah, it took a little bit, but I finally actually won when you guys were broadcasting.
Greg, you guys had a great run there to start the race. Well, after the first caution, you guys had a great run. You, Colt, and Cody, and I believe the 12 car also was up there, Michael Klein. You guys had just checked out.
Yeah, that's what we all hopped in and practiced, and we were at the top of the board in that, and then we all qualified up front. So kind of our plan, I think Cole was talking about how we were all in a Discord chat together. So our plan was just to run together, not race each other, and just see how far we can pull away.
I believe right before your first pit stop, you guys probably had like a 6, 7, maybe an 8-second lead on 4th place at that time because the 12 had fell back there on the older tires. How about that synchronized pit entrance? Did you guys practice that too through practice?
Yeah, believe it or not, we didn't. I think the cause of that, like Cole was saying, we kind of decided late that we were gonna pull in, but when we started the race, I didn't have any force feedback. So when I was entering down there, I honestly had no clue like how hard I was turning in, especially in 3 and 4 the whole race. It was really hard just because I couldn't really judge how much grip I still had in my tires. So I kind of messed up and Cole was just following me, but it made for a really cool moment.
Yeah, it definitely gave us something to talk about there for a little while. But hey, you guys made that work, and then you guys continued on to. Once you guys came out of pit road, you guys ran down the 27 of Dan LaFoe, who had to pit, and he. I don't know if you guys knew it at the time. He entered actually on the backstretch pits.
Oh no, I saw he pulled down earlier than I thought he would, but we didn't realize what exactly had gone on or how he had even gotten in front of us. So we were just kind of riding behind him, trying to save fuel at that time.
He had chose the wrong pits. He went down the backstretch pits, so that put him a lap down. That was unfortunate for him. He did battle back though for a 9th place finish. But then you guys continued on. You guys had that long run there at the end. Actually, 38 laps, 39 laps for Colt. Well, 38 laps for you both. You guys had a 15-second lead over Chris Brown and everybody else there at the end. And we went on board with you guys to listen to how you guys were running down the straightaway because you were getting past like a herd of turtles, and the turtles were still passing you.
Yeah, we knew we needed a little bit of fuel just because we were doing the math and we figured out we were going to be just like 0.2 short on gallons. So we started saving, and then we realized we had such a big lead. We just kind of decided it'd be best just to back it all the way down. And I told Cole, we were talking, I was thinking whenever he got within 5 seconds, that's when we'll worry about it. But then he got within about 7 or 8. And Danny, Venezuela, and another car were going by us, so we decided we just kind of drafted them, and hopefully we'd have enough to get to the end.
Were you guys going to be good to go on green?
It would have been close. We might have been sputtering coming to the checker, but we probably would have made it.
All right, go ahead, Bobby.
Mr. Swartz, Bobby up here, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, Bobby.
Hey, I got to tell you right now, all those cats behind you wore their crying towels out. I mean, they were sopping wet when they saw that they were not going to get a chance to have that green-white checkered flag. I'm sure you had smiles from ear to ear when you saw those lights in that pace car stay on.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I was like, man, I saw that last caution come out, and I was like, man, there's only like 5 to go, but it was nice to be able to win. You hate kind of winning them without really trying there at the end, but I really wanted to race it out with Cole. Me and him have been buddies for a year or so now, so we know each other through school, so it would have been cool to race it out, but I was glad that one of us was able to get the win.
Well, I'll say one thing. You guys got this place figured out because you were gone. I mean, it was impressive to sit up here and watch. I hope you get a chance to watch it there on YouTube when this is over with. But you guys done a great job. You drafted together. You got yourself up, like Roger said, to a 16-second lead at one point. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, we were just trying our hardest. We, like I said, we went into the practice round and we were out there, and I put down a couple laps, and Cole started following me, and we realized with the draft we were working really well together, so we just did our best to do that.
Well, as my co-host would say, you got anybody out there you want to thank? Wife, girlfriend, mistress, boyfriend? Hey, we don't judge up here.
Well, there's probably a mistress or two out there, but I think I'll just leave the names off the table. But other than them, I got to thank Cole. He got me into this, and me and him race all the time, so it's fun racing with him, and I wouldn't even been in this league without him.
Well, I'll tell you what, congratulations once again, and looking forward to seeing you next week. It's going to be a blast next week, big boy.
Yeah, we'll try our hardest, see if we can't talk to you guys again.
All right, congratulations again. We'll talk to you, buddy.
Thanks. Have a good night, guys.
That's Craig Schwartz. He led majority of this race. Him and his teammate. I guess you can't just say he led. His teammate led, considering they were locked nose to tail.
Well, there you have it, Roger. I knew it was going to be a fun race once they get settled down a little bit. And I knew it was going to be some long green flag runs here, and it was. It's everything that we figured that we thought we would see here tonight, we did see. I didn't realize we were going to see that much of a domination, but these cats got this track figured out, man.
Yeah, Donald Bennett out in chat. He said, boyfriend, you got that right. But, Bobby, let's run it down through the finishing order here. I'll take the 10, you take the 10, unless you want me to do it.
Oh, I don't know. Let me run down here and let me see. I think I'll take the first 10 because those names look easier to pronounce.
All you, buddy. Go for her.
As we just got done talking to earlier right there, the number 1 winner tonight, driving the 02 Chevy at Craig Swartz out of Ohio. Second place coming in was a 37 to Cole Day. That was his teammate right there. Third place, my pick, Chris Brown, drove the wheels off that thing, and I believe he would have had something for him. Number 4 in fourth place, that 38 Chevy, Cody Levitt. He was another one that was just praying he could get a chance right there for a green-white checkered. Fifth place, we had Lynn Sheen in the 51. Sixth place, driving the 707 to Michael Whitetaker out of New Jersey. Seventh place came in the 21 of Jeff Begener. The 8th place was Jonathan Platt. 9th place was Dan LaFoe. Like I said, he ran up there up top for quite a while too, and he had that little accident, if you will, a little misunderstanding in the pits. Basically, he had a dummy attack, is what he had there. It's a shame to see that, because I'm sure he was really mad when he found out no pit. And in the 10th position, we had Isaiah Millen out of Pennsylvania, which is Roger's friend there, driving that 48 Chevy.
That's Josiah Millen, also known as Joe. That's what he wanted you to call him. He told you that.
I know he did, but, I've screwed his name up ever since I've known the guy. My daddy always said, if you're good at something, stick with it, so I did.
Coming home in your 11th position, that's going to be Lloyd Saunders there in the 28. Brandon Miller is going to bring home that 44 machine in the 12th position. Andrew Davis in the 22. We saw him have a couple issues early on. He's going to come back to a 13th position finish. The 62 of Colton Farrow sitting there in 14th. The 3 of Nicholas Dayer. We didn't hear much noise from the 3 of Nicholas Dayer out here tonight, but he brought it home 15th. The 49 car of Jay Steffi. He's going to bring it home in the 16th position. Sorry, having a dummy mistake here. Your 17th position was going to be the 12 of Michael Klein in the My Little Pony machine. He had a great running going all evening and just had an issue there towards the end.
My favorite paint scheme, by the way.
The 18th position is going to go to the 11 of Kerry Chim. 19th position, we're not sure what happened to him as we saw him sitting sideways on the backstretch there to end the race. The 04 of Danny Vanezuela. A couple guys here that either had issues or did not make grid. I'm unsure. That's going to be the 91 of William Evernham. The 4 of Michael. It's Michael, right? Yep. Matthew Grobelny. The 7 of Hunter Conley and the 55 of Tyson Hawkins. I'm sorry that we butchered the ending there, but there's your standings for the night's race. 75 laps here at Darlington completed for tonight. That's Salt Flat Racing, their Street Stock Shootout Series over here. You can find these guys over on Facebook, Salt Flat Racing. You can go over there to the iRacing League page, just type in Salt Flat. They're the only ones over there with this kind of name.
Excellent guys in this league, Roger. They'll help anybody out. Doesn't matter if you're a veteran or if you're a rookie. They love to have you in this league. They want to grow. They want to build this league up. And I think it's doing a really good job so far. But you know what? I'd like to see another 5 to 6 guys that's listening out there sign up for this league so we can talk about you next week.
That's right. Before we leave, we have the schedule right here. We're only a couple weeks in, Bobby, but plenty of time yet to get out here racing with these boys. This was Darlington. Next week is going to be another challenge in itself. We go to Dover.
It's going to be another one where it's a very, very, very small track as far as groove goes. It's going to be tight. Wall comes up fast. And as usual, tire management. Nothing different from Darlington.
Tire management is always the factor no matter where we go anymore with these guys. But hey, we got a couple shout-outs here. We got to thank MaxSpeedTV for allowing us over here, bringing us on board. Rudy Cummings and all the guys over there that make these shows possible. But hey, that's going to be it for myself. I'm Roger Muth.
And I'm Bobby Johnson.
And we're going to catch you later, knuckleheads. Stay safe.
See ya.
MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop. If you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag, hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, SimSpeedShop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.
Myself